It's time for food on the go. Everyone knows the oven toasted tastes better, and today we're getting toasty with the Quizno'S food truck. We're here with Brian Gary, the owner of Quizno'S food truck. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
So what are we getting into today?
So today we're going to cook up several of our top sellers for the food truck. The first one's going to be the chicken carbonara.
Oh, delicious. And so who's going to be making that for us?
So this is going to be our head chef. He's right over here, Dave Richard. He's going to be cooking it up for you today. So our first step with making it is going to be, we're going to have toasting the bread. That's the signature for Quizno'S. So we're going to toast that bread up, and then we're going to put a pile of butter down there, and then our mushrooms to kind of saute those up.
Now we're adding bacon crumbles. That looks delicious. What makes your Alfredo sauce like top notch?
Well, it's a blend that's a signature of Quizno'S. It's basically an Alfredo bacon Parmesan sauce.
Oh, so we got double the bacon. We got bacon bits and bacon in the sauce.
You got it.
Brian, so the chicken carbonara looks delicious. What's our next menu item?
So our next one is going to be our signature Philly. So that's made with marinated steak, as well as our peppers and our onions, and that's going to be a signature, and it's our top seller on the food truck. So as we're doing it, we're just going to marinate those green peppers and our onions. We also have hot cherry peppers that go on this sub as well. So we're going to put some of those down. It gives it a little bit of a kick. Takes a couple minutes just to marinate those up and make sure that they're good and sauteed up before we drop our meat. Now he's putting white American cheese on there. That's going to melt really good and complement the rest of that meat. We're going to go ahead and transfer that meat and cheese over to the bread.
Brian, so we just saw the Philly cheesesteak. What is our final menu item going to be today?
So the last thing we're going to cook today is our loaded tots, and those are unique to the food truck. So we don't have, here on the food truck we have a fryer, and so that's going to be signature different than our typical Quizno'S restaurant.
So what's happening now?
So in this case, we're just going to make sure that oil drains out really good, and then he's going to put them into the pan and make sure he's seasoning those up really good with salt. And he's going to transfer those tots into a bowl, and then he's going to add all the loaded components to it. In this case too, we do it in a series, so to make sure that we're showcasing all of them. We're doing the chili on there, and then the cheese, and then the jalapenos at the end.
It's time for the Quizno'S food truck taste test. Our first one is the chicken carbonara. Look at that. Here we go. The Alfredo sauce, the mushrooms, the chicken, the melty cheese is to die for, but that Alfredo sauce is killer. I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. This is spectacular. Our second menu item is the Philly cheesesteak, a classic sandwich that we all know and love. And it is just filled with some vegetables, the classic Philly. I'm giving this a 10 out of 10 Philly cheesesteaks, because you can taste the cheese and the mayo is fantastic. Our final menu item is the loaded tots, which has pickled jalapenos, chili, and cheese, of course, on top of our tots. Looks so good. Who doesn't like chili and cheese? And then, of course, gotta get a jalapeno. All right. You have the crunch of the tater tot, the soft flakiness inside, and then that chili is just so good with the cheese on top of it, and then you have the kick of the heat from the jalapeno. I'm giving this 9 out of 10 tater tots. Well, these sandwiches make me feel all warm and toasty on the inside, and make sure to come back to Hello E&C every week as we discover new cuisines to grab and go.